Hey there, money-minded friends. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sarah from OK Monday, your guide to all things finance and investing. Today we're diving into something super important, the 10 most common mistakes that rookie investors make and how you can dodge them like a pro. Plus one bonus mistake at the end of the video. So stay tuned and let's jump right in. Mistake number 1 is missing an emergency fund. Before diving into investing, one of the most important financial steps is to have an emergency fund. An emergency fund is a savings buffer that helps cover unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or job loss without having to dip into your investments. A good rule of thumb is to save at least 4 to 6 months of living expenses. Let's break it down with an example. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, you should aim to have between $12,000 and $18,000 in your emergency fund. This way you're prepared for unexpected situations without having to sell off investments at a loss. Having a fund in place and a high-yield savings account ensures that you're not forced to make hasty financial decisions or disrupt your long-term investment plans. It gives you the peace of mind to invest confidently, knowing that you're covered for emergencies. Next up, not having a plan. It's easy to get excited and to throw money into a market without a clear strategy. But without a plan, you're setting yourself up for failure. Your investment plan should include your financial goals, your risk tolerance, and your time horizon. Think of it like a road trip. You need a map to reach your destination. Here are a few examples of what an investment plan might look like. Emily is 35 and she wants to retire in 30 years at 65. Her risk tolerance might be moderate to high since there's a long time horizon to recover from market downturns. She sets up a diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, and index funds, contributing regularly to her 401k and her IRA. Here's an example for a home purchase plan. John wants to buy a house in 5 years. He's 28 years old. He opts for a mix of conservative investments like bonds and high-yield savings accounts to ensure his money is safe while still earning a decent return. Mistake number 3, trying to time the market. Even the experts get it wrong. So don't stress yourself out trying to buy at the absolute best time and sell at the highest. To put it simply, trying to perfectly time the market or market timing has a very low probability of success and takes a lot of work. Conversely, time in the market has a very high probability of success and takes no work. Instead, focus on long-term growth and use dollar cost averaging, where you invest a fixed amount regularly to help smooth out the bumps. Mistake number 4 is not diversifying or putting all of your eggs in one basket. Diversification is the key to reducing risk. Spread your investments across different asset classes, industries, and geographies. This way, if one investment goes south, it won't sink your entire portfolio. Let's talk about a great tool for this, index funds. An index fund is a type of mutual fund or exchange-traded fund that aims to replicate the performance of a specific market index, like the S&P 500. Instead of investing in just one company, you're investing in a wide range of companies included in that index. Why is this great for diversification? If you invest in a single stock, your success hinges on the success of that one stock and that one company's performance. But an index fund spreads your money across many companies. So if one company underperforms, it's balanced by the other companies in the fund. In short, index funds automatically diversify your investment, reducing your risk and offering a more stable performance compared to a single stock investment. It's a simple and effective way to diversify your portfolio. Mistake number 5, ignoring fees. Fees can eat into your returns faster than you realize. Whether it's trading fees, fund management fees, transaction fees, advisor fees, always know what you're paying for. Instead, look for low-cost index funds to keep more of your money working for you. Just to focus on one example of fees, let's talk about expense ratios. An expense ratio is a metric that shows investors how much it costs to invest in a fund, usually as a percentage of assets under management. It's a fee that covers all the costs of managing a fund, including administrative, marketing, and management fees. Let me show you how much fees can impact your investments over time with a quick example. Imagine you invest $10,000 in two different funds with different expense ratios. Fund A with an expense ratio of 0.05% and Fund B with an expense ratio of 1%. Both funds achieve an average annual return of 8% over 30 years. Here's how the numbers shake out. In Fund A, with an expense ratio of 0.05%, your annual net return is 7.95%. Your future value after 30 years is about $108,000. In Fund B, however, where your expense ratio was 1%, your annual net return is 7%. Your future value after 30 years is approximately $76,000. As you can see, despite both funds having the same gross return rate, Fund A's lower expense ratio leaves you with over $30,000 more compared to Fund B. That's the power of keeping fees low. Mistake number 6, following the crowd. Jumping on the latest investment trend just because everyone else is can really lead to trouble. Remember the dot-com bubble or the GameStop shenanigans? Do your own research and make decisions based on solid fundamentals, not hype. Mistake number 7, letting emotions drive your decision. This is somewhat related to mistake number 6, but investing based on emotions is a recipe for disaster. Whether it's fear during a market drop or greed during a boom, emotional decisions can hurt your portfolio. Stick to your plan and avoid knee-jerk reactions. Honestly, losses are sometimes part of the deal when it comes to investing, but how you respond to those losses are the biggest determinant of your investment performance. Mistake number 8, overlooking the power of compounding. Compounding is your best friend in investing. Reinvesting your dividends and letting your investments grow over time can significantly increase your returns. The earlier you start, the more you can benefit from compounding interest. Saving more, thinking long term, and allowing compound interest to work in your favor are your biggest accelerants for building wealth. These factors have nothing to do with picking the right stocks or complex investment strategies. Get these big things right, and any disciplined investment strategy can do the trick. Or as Charlie Munger put it, the big money is not in buying or selling, but in the waiting. The big message there is be patient and let compounding interest be your best friend. Mistake number 9, not rebalancing your portfolio. Rebalancing is crucial to maintain your desired asset allocation. Over time, some investments will grow faster than others, shifting your portfolio's balance. Regularly rebalancing ensures you stay in line with your risk tolerance level and your investment goals. A common rule of thumb for a balanced investment portfolio based on age is the rule of 100. This guideline helps determine the percentage of your portfolio that should be invested in stocks versus bonds. In the rule of 100, subtract your age from 100 to determine the percentage of your portfolio to allocate to stocks. The remaining percentage is allocated to bonds or cash in a high yield savings account or other lower risk investments. Here's an example breakdown. At age 30, someone might have 70% in stocks and 30% in bonds. At age 50, someone might have 50% of their portfolio in stocks, while the other 50% is in a lower risk investment. And at age 70, an investor might have 30% of their investment in stocks, while the other 70% is in lower risk investments. You get the idea. This is just a rule of thumb. I actually tend to be slightly more aggressive and have a greater percentage of my portfolio in the stock market, but it's a great rule of thumb to start with. Why this works? At a younger age, you typically have a longer time horizon before you need to access your investments. Therefore, you can afford to take on more risk with a higher allocation to stocks, which have higher growth potential, but also more volatility. As you approach retirement, your time horizon shortens, and preserving capital becomes more important. Therefore, a higher allocation to bonds and cash, which are less volatile, help reduce the risk and protect your portfolio from significant fluctuations. Mistake number 10, ignoring taxes. Taxes can take a big bite out of your investment returns. Understand the tax implications of your investments and take advantage of tax-advantaged accounts like 401ks and Roth IRAs. And now we've made it through our 10 mistakes. I have one bonus tip for you, although it's a little bit cheesy and not really a tip. But honestly, it's one of the biggest mistakes people make. and that is not investing at all. A lot of people just keep their money in savings accounts or have no budget for savings at all and miss out on potential growth. While saving is important, investing is what helps your money grow over time, outpacing inflation and building wealth for the future. Remember, the best time to start investing was yesterday, but the next best time to start investing is today. And before you get discouraged, if you haven't started investing yet, here's a fun fact. Did you know that Warren Buffett made 99% of his wealth after his 50th birthday? So it's never too late to start investing wisely. And there you have it. Avoid these common mistakes and you'll be well on your way to becoming a savvy investor. If you liked this video or learned something new, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'm so grateful that you're here. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update, and I'll see you in the next one.